Hello guys, good morning from Dhaka, Bangladesh. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'll be doing one episode for you. That's gonna be a rouge, Moulin Rouge sort of a list, means red. I'm trying to dress up as all red. I'm even wearing my favorite watch. So time is around 12:30 here. I just cannot match my specs because I don't have a red frame. Hopefully you're doing good. And this is just like a fun list for me. These are fragrance lists I do once in a while, every now and then few months interval. And these fragrances, some of them are bottled red, some of them are name red, but sometimes they have different kind of smells. Okay, so I picked up 10, let's say, red bottles. Okay, so let's go one by one. So I have no honorable mention here. I have just one tie at number 5 spot. You'll see what that is, but let's go with this fragrance. Okay, I just think took out this bottle after a few months. Someone wanted a decant of it, so I did decanting, and then I just realized I have this bottle, Mont Blanc Legend Red. Okay, so this fragrance is one of those flankers from Legend line, and Mont Blanc usually are affordable, but these are a little bit more pricey, $55 per 100 ml. Before they used to be like 40-45 bucks, so they went up a little bit, $10-15. So wait for prices to drop, or tester or whatever, or discounter side. This is a very pleasant scent. This is a very fruity, like a sweet, kind of like a mild spicy woody kind of fragrance. This fragrance is very very easy to wear, and when you smell it, it will give you a little bit like I think there's a something sweet woody note. I don't know what that woody note is, but definitely smells very pleasant. Longevity is okay, 3 to 4 hours on average, but this fragrance can be worn in summer days and stuff casually, even if you are trying to wear something with like t-shirt and jeans and stuff like that. Even if you just have shirt and jeans and sneakers, this is a good fragrance to wear. Mont Blanc Legend Red. So next one, as obviously they're going to be all red fragrances, is going to be Hugo Boss. I think this is called Hugo Boss Red Man or something like that. Let's just call it Hugo Boss Red for him. So this is officially discontinued now. This fragrance was one of those underrated, under the radar kind of fragrances, like did not get the love it deserved. Because once it got discontinued, just like CK2, people started searching for it, paying so much money. You can get a 200 ml of this, like back in the days, like for about $60, 65 bucks. Now 125 ml or 75 ml of this fragrance is going to cost you well over $100. So the first batches were very much fun to play with, because if you did this, the vintage bottles would have this nice little effect on the bottle. You'd leave your hand like a fingerprint and stuff. That was pretty cool. But this is kind of like a mild spicy rhubarb scent. I really like that, and it's very unique. I don't think I have that many fragrances that smell like this in my arsenal from any other brand. So it is a fragrance I paid a little bit more money, I think about 65 bucks, to get this bottle, because it's very hard to find. You can try this Hugo Boss in Red by Hugo Boss for men. So number 8, this is one of the fragrances always made my list. I have made this list. Some of the fragrances are common with that list. This is Ferrari's Man in Red. This is easily one of my most favorite fragrances from House of Ferrari. I have a lot of fond memories of this fragrance. I had a small official sample back in Malaysia. I used to go for drive. I used to spray, enjoy the drives and stuff. Very beautiful apple, kind of like a red, warm, fresh scent. Maybe you can get a little bit of citrus as well. This kind of fragrances are very beautiful. I mean, on a casual day, on a hot summer's day. And sadly, you don't get this kind of fragrances anymore. Like this fragrance, I think, is discontinued. I'm spraying this after a very long time. Definitely good. Brings back very good memories. This is some of the fragrances like I really recommend. Like some of the Ferrari fragrances can be underwhelming, like not that great, but this is one of the good fragrances. Definitely decent longevity, but not a beast. But one of the most beautiful bottles as well. Ferrari Man in Red. Okay, number 7. I always will pick this fragrance in my list. This is Haramain Amber Oud Ruby Edition. I think it is Rouge, and then they changed it to Ruby Edition. Basically the same almost fragrance. So you can see the bottle is very beautiful. This is a 200 ml big bottle, and this is inspired by BR540 X-Ray and EDP, somewhere in between, Baccarat Rouge inspired. Very long lasting. Only downside of this fragrance is this can be a little bit too much when you put like too much around your neck area, shoulder area. This can be overpowering, and do not put it on your neck. This DNA, that orange sugar, like syrupy, sugary, like what is the sugar candy or whatever, that note is, it burns my neck. I don't know why, but this one has that effect. But apart from that, on my arms, on my shirt, no issue. So this is a very beautiful fragrance. It has definitely more masculinity than Baccarat Rouge, and I think it's a cotton candy kind of smell. Yeah, and this thing can be more unisex than Baccarat Rouge itself, so it's much more value, a little bit more expensive, 85 bucks I think, around for maybe tester for 200 ml, but still a very good fragrance nonetheless. Next one, number 6, is a discontinued one. I actually like this a lot. It is very long lasting. It's definitely fun. I somehow prefer the original over this for the smell, but this one has a little bit more youthfulness, more modern touch to it. This is called Versace Eros Flame, and I think there's a new one coming out from this line. Is the yellow bottle? I forgot the name. Definitely want to get that, but I'm pretty sure it's not going to be anything unique. But when this one came out, it offered a little bit something different. Okay, like not typical Eros. Eros has that mint green apple tonka. This one has this like a red fruity accord, which has also similarity to like energy drinks or something like a fresh drink that's served in, let's say, rave parties and stuff. This very youthful party going kind of fragrance, a very nice fragrance at that. The dry down is similar to Eros, but the opening is very different. Both are worthy of having, and this is called Versace Eros Flame. Okay, just let me have a quick sip at the tea, then I'll continue. All right, here we go. So number 5 spot, as I told you, is gonna be a tie, and these fragrances are from the same house, from the same line. Okay, and could be you can say, isn't under redundant to have both. I like them both. I used to have the original one, so I had like in total 4. Okay, so I sold off my original bottle, and then the Absolute, or the I think it was called Absolute, the black bottle. But these two I have. Let me show you what they are one by one. First one is going to be this discontinued Polo Red Intense, okay, or Intense. This is a very beautiful fragrance. Definitely doesn't last as much as Eros Flame or anything. It is short-lived, okay. In winter time, I think this one, the coffee note will pop up a little bit more. It will give you like 3 to 4 hours, but that's pretty much it. Not more than 4 hours. But in summers, in like indoors, it's like 2.5 hours or 2 hours like that. But the smell of this, the red berries, very beautiful, red fruits, very beautiful, and I really like the way this smells. Okay, so this one is worth the hunting down. Definitely better than the original Polo Red. But the other one I think is better than that with in terms of longevity and smell combination is this one, is more polished one, Polo Red Parfum. This is really nice one. They do have Polos Red, a few of the other ones I forgot the names, but they had EDP Eau de Parfum, and they had something like this circle bottle. Anyway, I find this one to be really, really nice, and I think this fragrance is something worthy of checking out. If you like bubblegummy sweetness from the like red fruity kind of bubblegum, this is that, and it's really, really nice. It's very beautiful fragrance. It's warm, it's cozy, and at first I felt like, it's just too weak and stuff. It's like supper with that, the Intense. But the way this smells, if this one lasted like 6-7 hours, this would be a masterpiece. Okay, but then if you like jello kind of smell, this is that. Okay, Polo Red Parfum, definitely one of my favorite fragrances. Even though it doesn't last as much as the Eros, I put it ahead of that. So number 4, let's bring a new player. Okay, this one is nice. It's not the best flanker from the line, but it's very sophisticated. It's sweet, but it's less sweet than the original. It is sophisticated, but not as sophisticated as the Privé. But I really like this. This one, I think it can find a place in your rotation. This is called 1 million. And I think this is called Royal. Okay, I'm looking for the green one, Elixir or something for the name. This one, I always buy big bottles, 200 ml. Reason being, I do love 1 million flankers a lot. I do love this line. I find almost every single fragrance from this line, apart from Parfum, the rest of them, they're really, really great. This is kind of like 8 out of 10. Really nice smell. Longevity is around 7.5 out of 10, but good fragrance. If you are looking to wear something for party / after party, and then talking to some people, conversation starter, night out fragrance, definitely nice perfume. You can wear this all year round. This is called 1 million Royal, really nice looking bottle. So top 3 are the 3 class apart. Like the rest of them are good, but these are great. These fragrances, I always will say, nothing less than a masterpiece, all 10 out of 10. But I put them according to my liking, but you can do whatever you want. Let me show you what they are. Number 3 is my favorite, Fahrenheit. And you can see the bottle is red, but it also has this yellow at the base, kind of like a gasoline sunset theme, like a warm, and it gives you that a feeling of fire, like passion. So back in the days when this was released, this was a real statement. Like whenever they launched this, people went crazy for it. Like they were like, what am I smelling? Am I smelling gasoline? This is my 2010 or 12 bottle. And these are much more beast mode. Okay, I don't know what batch, you can check. Okay, so this is definitely not a new batch, but this bottle, whenever I put it on, I get a little bit more gasoline than the florals. There is definite violet leaves, leather, vetiver, a lot of these other things happening. But overall, the composition is just a beautiful transition from uh, petrol smell that goes to florals, and then at the base is kind of like a vetiver leather combo. Amazing fragrance. It's just wearable all year round. It's definitely a masterpiece from Dior. I just always cherish this. I'll always have Fahrenheit. Okay, that's number three. So number two is a straight up masterpiece. I just love this fragrance. Just recently scored a backup because this is very hard to find now. This is called Cartier Declaration d'un Soir. Declaration d'un Soir, basically. So this is a very simple bottle. There's no red anywhere in the bottle. It's a very simple, plain bottle. If you see this randomly in a counter, you'll be like, no, I'm not interested. I don't know what even that is all about. But what it holds inside, the juice, this is literally better than many niche houses. Many niche houses, I prefer this over Amouage Lyric Man. There you go, you figure it. The price used to be very cheap, 40 to 45 bucks. Nowadays, you have to literally take out around $100 bill to get this, okay, or more. So this is the kind of fragrances, man. I mean, in my journey, if I remember something, this will be one of the fragrances. I picked up this over La Nuit de l'Homme one night when I went to do shopping. This was my first pick over La Nuit de l'Homme. There you go. Okay, Declaration du Soir, absolute masterclass. Now, number one, this thing is not as pretty as the previous one. Okay, I will not call this a pretty fragrance. This is a very ultra beast mode perfume. It has a note of rose, and that's why I picked it up as a rouge or red theme. But this one also has a side players of a lot of fruitiness, kind of sweet, and a little bit of spices somewhere. This is literally from this house, one of my most favorite fragrances of all time. This is called Portrait of a Lady, okay, by Frederic Malle. This house has many more, like more beastly, like Dawn, or what are the other ones? Moon. I forgot the names, but they have like more darker versions of it. I think Promise. So those fragrances are way more expensive, but they basically are just so much more oud and so much more other stuff I don't like, or leather or animalic touches. This one is less animalic. And as the time progresses, you keep smelling this perfume in air. People smell it, and it just always is magical. It never loses its charm, and it's just a stunner. You can wear this for 24 hours, no complaints. Okay, this one I personally like it in mild cold weathers, but in summer also nighttime, very mysterious. Just one spray at the back, one in front. That's it. That's the magic you need. This bottle of 100 ml can run you for 10 years or so because you just need few sprays. So that's my number one today. Check out my review on Portrait of a Lady, one of the most beautiful articulate fragrances of all time. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know which ones are your favorites and which one I should check out. Okay, take care, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.